campers have to beware of in terms of
Well, and
other
one
birds
environmental
or
well, an
other
environmental
contain-
hazard is salt is a big problem.
Yes.
Okay.
For these amphibians because they come out to mate in March,
Yes.
early March, and that's right when all our roads are melting and that initial flush of salt off the road.
Mhm.
So if we need some good inventions as far as the whole salt on the road thing goes. But other food chain, yeah, he's definitely part of the food chain.
Oh yes, I would say.
So
Yeah.
herons, raccoons, skunks,
Yep.
Mhm.
all enjoy a bite of choppers.
Okay,
They
well,
found them.
it's all a part of that food chain, and we talked
Yep.
earlier about the bees
Yep.
and all that, but it all
Predators
has,
are important as well.
it all, yeah, it's a
They've
part of
gotta
the whole
eat, too.
process. So
Yeah.
great. Well,
Anyway,
wonderful job.
we do birthday parties with our animals.
Yes,
so if you
we
want
Yes,
to,
you. And,
you want to touch and
yes,
feel them,
yes,
have a birthday
let's
party
talk.
at the
I mean,
Nature Center.
And this is for all ages. Well, all ages for birthdays too. But you have something for everybody. But yeah, birthday parties. What a great place to go. How does that work?
Well, so there's a room that they'll receive for the first hour, and that's for a typical birthday cake and presents, and then
That's right in the center as you enter in.
right in the sunroom. They have a
Yeah.
room rental,
Right.
and then the second hour is led by a naturalist, and we get to
Like
take
you.
them out for like me or Ann. We get to take them out for an activity, so that could be a hike around the pond, doing a bingo, or maybe even bird watching if the naturalist.
Bingo. Tell us about a bingo.
Nature bingo.
Nature
Yes.
bingo. Yep. So just be related to whatever weather it is or season it is.
Yes.
So it could be a pond bingo and just things that they might see around the pond. So let's just check off what they're seeing.
Great.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And it is fun. They get to meet an animal during their time with the naturalist, and that's always my favorite part.
Yep, the
Okay.
kids love meeting the animals.
Yes.
Yes. So parties is a feature that one
Yep.
may do, and you just go to your website, or you could call and make
Yep.
arrangements, and
Yep,
it's
give us a
very
call.
reasonably
and-
priced.
Yep. It's a great option. Get the kids outside and enjoying nature, because research shows that getting kids outside and adults outside makes you feel better. I have a friend who's a mental health nurse, and
Yes.
she's telling me about how people are calling with depression and things like that, and screen time is a problem. If you have tons of screen time, you need to shut off the screens.
Yes.
Get yourself outside. Even if you don't initially feel like it's helping,
Mhm.
research shows that it does help. It helps reduce your blood pressure. It helps reduce symptoms of ADHD.
Yes.
So just shut off the things. Go outside, little walk, bicycle, come to a nature center, your local park.
Absolutely.
Other things we do is we do adult citizen science programs. So we talked about bee monitoring, but we also have adult monitors that go out on 4 different frog routes throughout Maplewood, and we're tracking that research and the species of frogs,
Mhm.
which is actually pretty good. We have some nice wetlands in Maplewood. We have invasive plant control and
That's
open
all by
space
design.
monitors.
It's the voters have provided have set priorities in terms of a parks and open spaces system. Just do a shout out to the elected and officials over the years that have made this a priority, as well as the volunteers that have served on the parks and open space commissions. The
Yeah.
volunteers that you have, and it was a lot of planning that has
Yes.
gone into this over the decades.
And I'm so glad you mentioned volunteers, because without volunteers, we would just not be able to have a program. We have 80 to 100 volunteers at the Nature Center, some of which
Great.
are citizen science monitors, but
Yes.
others help teach programs. They reception to help keep the Nature Center open. We have some coming this morning to weed the gardens, the demonstration gardens, walk the trails, check for trash. So volunteering is just one of they're gold standard volunteers at the
Yes.
Nature Center. We appreciate
Thank you,
them.
volunteers.
Yes. We also, a lot of nature centers, not just us, but back to that, getting kids outdoors, we do have a
Yes.
little play yard, we call it, where it's very nature oriented. There
Yes.
isn't shiny bright orange climbing things, but we do have a rock that kids can play on, big tree stumps,
Yes.
little arbors, stepping stones, a little sand pit, and just kind of a place to explore under trees and oaks.
Kids
little
love it,
picnic
and
tables.
even
A
adults.
xylophone, too.
Yep.
A
and-
xylophone.
A wooden one.
Yeah, a wooden one
Okay.
made by our junior volunteer program, which
Okay.
I'm not sure, as you said, when this is going to be on air. But for summer, if we have kids ages 10 to 14,
Mm-hmm.
we would love them to give us a call for becoming a junior volunteer, and it's an opportunity to learn
Okay.
about nature as well as
Yes.
provide a service. Kids, our junior volunteers help us clear trails in the summer and just keep the place looking great for visitors. So,
Wonderful.
yeah, lots of opportunity to
Okay.
come out. So,
Well, and I am just so appreciative of all the work that's being done. And Connie, if you could share what inspired you to become a naturalist. What was that path? And
Well, over the years, I kind of got a little taste of teaching kids, and just not younger kids, but college students as well. And I really loved being outdoors, and I found the Maplewood Nature Center, and that's just really opened a lot of doors and opened a lot of new opportunities. So
did you grow up in the area?
I did not. I am originally from Milwaukee, so when
Oh,
I found the position there, I moved here right away.
oh, how exciting!
Literally within a week.
and we're very happy she did.
Yes. Oh, you made a great choice, and
I agree.
we're very fortunate. So, and what is it again that you like most about the job?
Just being outside. Who gets to work outside and love their job? It's wonderful.
Okay, wonderful. And you shared earlier you celebrating your 30 years. So
years.
congratulations on that milestone and your path to where you're at today. When you started and what you were doing that inspired you to enter this field.
Yeah, I would agree with Connie that it's being in a cubicle in an office was not at all appealing. I personally get a lot of great. It's just really good to be outside and working, but in addition, it's so inspiring to work with people, because you might think, oh, it's all about outside, but it's not. I mean, I'd say the number one part of this job is working with people and sharing whatever knowledge you have, but also learning from people. People come with all kinds of experiences.
Yes.
And the Nature Center is a hub of resources, so people can come share their experiences. We have volunteers who have incredible knowledge, and we learn from them, and then we can share that with others. And it's just a great place to learn and to share your knowledge and to help others, just have that wonderful experience. I feel like it's such a treasure. I'm always so grateful to the city of Maplewood and their citizens for creating the Nature Center. And then
Yes.
it's a real treasure to be able to have this resource in our city. I can't express that enough. Just hearing that from our volunteers and people that come there, I think it's really valued, and I feel so privileged to be able to work there.
Thanks.
So.
And may there be continued success. And is there perhaps a vision 10 years from now that you might want to share for the center and the other preserves in the area?
One of the things, I'm glad you brought it up, the Nature Center is 40 years old, and we are doing some building upgrades and remodeling, very necessary repairs to the aging building. We have solar panels up now. I would love to see increased sustainability with our buildings that are, weaned off fossil fuels and continued to be self-sustaining.
And Maplewood is
energy.
strongly committed to sustainability,
Yes,
and
yes.
we're aware of that too. So the community walks the talk, and what better place than where you're at?
So in the future, I would love to see perhaps an outbuilding visitor center at perhaps one of our other preserves, where we could store some supplies and have programming out of one of those sites, such as the Priory site is a beautiful site.
Yes.
But put in a way that it doesn't destroy the site, or
Mhm.
that it's an amenity, not a distraction.
Good.
Increased sustainability and always increased knowledge. We still get people, as much as we try, that come to the Nature Center and say, I never knew this existed. So
Yes.
just getting the word out there, telling people that we've got these wonderful resources and continue to enjoy them and protect and preserve them for future. Can I just say that we've had about 15 to 20 years of demonstration wildflower gardens.
Mhm.
Which we learned over time to have these gardens provide important habitat. And in light of our pollinators in trouble, we have found a bumblebee that has just been put on the endangered species list, the rusty patch bumblebee. So just having these open spaces is really important for preserving species. And that was just demonstrated to us by knowing that our little garden patches was able to be habitat for this endangered bumblebee.
Yes.
So,
Well, thank you again, and let's share the website again.
MaplewoodNatureCenter.com. It is through the city's website, or you
Yes.
can just Google the city of Maplewood and then click on Nature Center, and we have whole pages on programs and how to
Programs.
visit trails,
Beautiful pictures and
photos.
and just to go on the hike, to enjoy so many of the things. It's free.
It's free.
And
Yes.
what a deal, and the mental health aspect
Yep.
that you referred to, just to relax, re-energize, and to celebrate nature, etc. So,
Wildlife sanctuary in the city. So come on out and get your peace. PEACE, that kind of peace and enjoyment in the middle of the city. So
good. Connie, do you have any closing comments you'd like to share?
Just get outside and enjoy. It's a wonderful, free.
Yes, and it's year round too.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yes,
so
year round, winter
remember
too.
that.
yeah, you got the winter cabin fever. Come on out for a snowshoe hike at the Nature Center. We have snowshoes, or walk in the snow across the pond.
Year round activities.
Yeah.
Good. We're gonna say goodbye to Chompers too. I
yes,
see he's about ready to leave his, and maybe he'd like to join me at the Capitol today. Chompers, you've done a great job, and we'd like the viewers to come and visit you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a
So,
fun one.
with Chompers and with Connie Herr and Ann Hutchison from the Maplewood Nature Center, thank you again for your work, and viewers, support the Nature Centers, support their great efforts. Thanks.
Thank you.